let's get into the content creation of it all. How did you become so interested enough in the Country Wayne skits that you decided to do commentary on it, based on the skits?
Man,
Mm.
that's the question that I thought that I was coming on here to answer. To be honest,
Oh, well, you thought it was only about that? No.
we went so personal.
Oh
I'm
no, what
like,
you?
Lord, I didn't,
Oh man, listen, I don't know why you thought that, but yeah, but let me go ahead real quick and just give you, in case those of you have been under a rock these last couple of years. Those of you who are not aware of who Country Wayne is, he is a well-known comedian. He's been he's been on the in the game since, it's been some time now. It's been some years since he's been on
yeah.
in the comedy circuit. Really been doing big things. He has, he had a story to tell, and now he's sharing storylines on the YouTube and Facebook Spaces. He's been doing these skits for some time now, and
Yeah.
there's so many different storylines. If you want to get into the soap proper type of feel, or get into the comedic side of stuff, but it's it's one of those type of
Yeah.
platforms where it's gives so many people opportunities, not just for the actors and people behind the scenes, but people like Jinx who are doing content and making getting some bread out of it. So I think that I think it's a great lane that Wayne has just a little something, something, little something, something.
Little
Yes, I
something.
think shout out for Country Wayne for
For
um,
sure.
building this platform and allowing other people to build opportunities in this
Mm,
space. So I just want to kind
yeah.
of get a feel of it, get a
Yeah.
feel of the type of
Yeah.
content that you do. So I wanted to know, like, what was it that fascinated you about Country Wayne skits?
So I mean, it's funny because it's a multi like faceted kind of
Yes,
answer
it really, yeah,
because
yeah.
I had
Mhm.
I had always kind of like had the inclination to do more on YouTube because mind you, I've had my United Grind channel, my music channel for upwards of 10 years.
Oh, really?
So,
Oh,
but
okay.
YouTube was just a place for me to upload my music and my videos. So it was never like content creation, as far as I'm concerned, right? I mean,
Got it.
essentially it is, but it was just like, all right, we shot a music video. Where do we put it? YouTube,
Put
right?
right.
So the idea of being a content creator was really just like, man, I have these skills, technically and, you know, dealing with video and production. If I had the time, I could probably do YouTube content. And it was just like, all right, well, what would I do it? What would I do if I was going to do the
Right. What would you?
content? Right. And so me just having that thought had been resonated in my mind for a while, and it was just never like something that I felt like I would have the time to do. I have so many things on my plate.
Right.
So
Right.
once I kind of got into the reaction, you know what I'm saying? Like content, and I'm like, oh, people are making content off of other people's content, right? So I'm like, that's easy to do. I could do that, in my mind. I'm like, okay, well, what would that be? And so fast forward, we get to the pandemic and I start getting into the Country Wayne content. Like I'm literally watching
Oh,
this
okay.
stuff.
So that's what.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
That's
watching backlogs of his content because I hadn't watched Country Wayne up until then. I just seen him. He would come across, my social media. I laugh at him. I'm like, man, this dude's hilarious. But I didn't get in tune to the skits and like the fact that he was building the Wayneverse. That's what we call it.
yeah. Right. Right.
Right. I didn't know that this was happening until, like 2020. So I'm watching, these skits and I'm looking at old skits. I'm like engaging in the comments and I'm all of this stuff that I probably wouldn't do any other time, just because of how my life is. And it's the pandemic and I got time today.
You
So
got
I'm
time, right?
I'm on, so I'm on the
Everybody got
comments
time.
and I'm talking about this character and I'm talking about, and I'm like, this is crazy. And at a certain point, I'm like, man, I got more to say about these characters. And then it was like, wow, well, you always been talking about reacting. Why don't you react to the Country Wayne content? And I'm sure there's plenty of people who were doing it, but I didn't. I hadn't seen anybody do it. when I
Mm.
started, so eventually, I decided to do a Country Wayne reaction, and I was like, well, let me see how it does. And then I made a deal with myself: if I get so many subscribers within a
Right.
certain time, that I would keep going.
Keep going, keep right.
Because up until then, it was just like I'm just gonna see, and then I didn't really put too much thought into it. And then it was like, man, I'm getting to the point of being able to monetize myself, and that was kind of like the catalyst to keep
Of
going.
course, of course.
All right. Um, and up until up until last year, I didn't start going live with the content, and that's when we started actually building the community. But a few, of the people in my fam, they were there from the beginning when I was just uploading videos.
Right.
Um, and for them to kind of like still be around and still interact with the page, and even though some of them, like a lot of, like, to be honest with you, and I'm figuring this out myself, like a lot of them, they like, I don't even watch Country Wayne until you
Until you right, until they
yeah,
do.
until they
Yeah,
until with me,
yeah.
until they do it with me. And that's even more, special to me, because I'm like, wow, they're seeing, even though the content that Country Wayne, they're putting the work in and the effort and the time, there is also an element to it that I bring that is unique enough
Yes.
for people to say, like, hey, I don't really watch it anymore, but I watch it with you,
Right,
so
exactly.
yeah, yeah.
So let me ask you, have you been watching other reviews? And if so, who are some of your favorite content creators that that you watch that do the country reviews?
To be honest with you, I haven't watched any other
Oh, you
Country
need
Wayne.
yeah, you need to get into the loop. You need to get
What
into
see?
the
Well,
loop.
this is the thing, right? This is the
Yeah.
thing. This is, and it's not for any other reason other than my perspective is what brings my audience to me, right? So for me to watch the other creators, I feel like if my perspective is influenced, then it's not as genuine. You know what I'm saying? And it's,
Oh, okay.
and that's really the only reason that I don't really delve into it. And plus, honestly, the time that I do have to watch the content, I'm watching it from Country Wayne, because that's how I get the live reaction of it, right? It's not like me, it's not a review, it's me reacting in real time.
Got it.
So I'm watching the content in real time, and that's literally like the only time segment that I have to watch the Country Wayne content. So then to like go back and then watch somebody else who just
Right.
watched what I watched and watch what they say about it, it's just not enough time in my day, unfortunately, for me to
Right.
do that. Even though I have peeked in and saw, like, okay, I wonder what they got going on. But I'm not enough for me to say the channel off the top of my head. But
Right.
I have seen and looked
Mhm.
at some other of the content creators, and shout out to them, man. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like,
Mhm.
I wouldn't. And honestly, we talk about collaboration. If there are other content creators in the Country Wayne
Mhm.
universe, I
Right.
wouldn't be opposed to doing like a collab, or doing like or having them come on my live, because
Right. Have a panel. Mm.
yeah, or something like that, where we
Mhm.
can live react together. That's something that I would be open to too. So it's like, it's not anything against any of the other uh creators, anything like that. What's somebody sounding like J Mo? She talking
Okay.
about Jackie.
And how so, Jackie? How so?
Oh, that's for
Yeah.
Jackie.
But there's nothing wrong with having, and I understand, like, you want to make sure that you maintain your true organic perspective on the skits, and
Hmm.
I do understand that. But I don't think it would change if you watch other people's reviews and have their perspective. I don't think it would change if you're, if you stand 10 toes down on what your perspective is. I don't think that would influence. And I don't think we'll have an influence either way. Whether you decide to. I'm just saying. Just want to assert that.
Yeah, probably. That's just my thought. That's just
Okay.
always been
No,
my
I get it.
thought on it.
No, but I get where you're
It's
coming from.
because
Mhm.
because this is the thing. I'm almost the same way when I'm creating music. Like, I
Okay.
can hardly listen to other people's music when I'm in
Right.
creative mode. That's just how I am. But I mean, I'm, like I said, I'm not against it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, no, right.
That's just how I've been operating since I started the channel. And somebody said, "Where is this Country Wayne sector?"
It's
Um,
I mean, I could give you some name people some if you want if you're asking about what RNY TV, if you're asking about some of the YouTube channels, is that what you're asking? Is that I just want to make sure that I answer you correctly. Are you asking about some of the content creators that are doing the Country Wayne skit content? Just give me some clarity. Okay. All right. So real quick, hijinks. We'll a pause for
Yeah.
a second. I just wanna for one, hijinks, his channel is right on the screen right here. He's the one that does the Country Wayne reviews and also live reactions in real
Yeah.
time. Also
Mhm.
Deontay reviews. Can you do me a favor? Some of the moderators, if you can, put some of the channels links in the chat for me, if you can. If you are familiar with some of the some of the content creators, I'm sure because they get around. These people get around to to different content creators. Deontay
Angela
reviews.
knows all of them.
Yeah, right. So
Angie, know
please
all of
put the links in the chat. So RNY TV as well as others that please make sure you support these content creators as well. O'Neill TV is
what you
another
talking about
one.
a love interest, Melanie?
Yeah.
What you talking
Vaughn's reviews. Vaughn's reviews. That's another one.
Mm.
Who else? That I'm familiar with. There's so many. So once you get into those channels, into those spaces, and you start viewing their content, then you probably get some more content creators in the Country Wayne universe on your algorithm as well.
You probably won't
So
get
yeah,
mine. So you
yeah.
if you want to see my channel, you gotta go direct because they
Yeah,
be shadow
Auntie
banning me or
Vivi,
something.
thank you. Yeah, post the chat, put their channel. If you're able to get their channel links for me,
They
put it in the chat.
shadow ban now.
Put the channel links up, or even give the names like Jackie did. Thank you so much. But please put these content creators links up there as well, so you can support these content creators. So thank you for the inquiry, RY. All right. So so going into that Jinx,
Mhm.
can you give me your favorite storyline right now so far? Give me your favorite storyline.
The favorite storyline right now?
Yes,
Um,
so we could talk about it.
hmm.
Just to talk about it a little bit.
I mean, right now, I would say the Shayla,
Of
Iman,
course.
and Delisha love triangle.
Oh, that okay.
But
That
right,
one. Okay.
yeah. But right now, I mean, they're not even. I don't know if they even know if Iman's coming back to the skits. So we were talking
Right.
about that last night, whether or
Right.
not he's gonna return to the skits or whatever. So right now, it feels like they're kind of like transitioning the storyline and trying to figure out where they're gonna go. That's what it feels like right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I find the entertainment really in the judgment of how they're actually
Mm-hmm.
running the show at this point. Like it's less about the storylines, to be honest with you, and it's just like, what are these people doing right now? Like, what do they got?
Right. Yeah.
You
Wait. That's
know. But we've all been watching long enough to know that this is kind of like par for the course. Like they will go through this moment, and then eventually you'll hit like a pocket where the skits are super fire, but it's like they have to build back up to that,
yeah. Yeah. And I
they
hopefully
have to build
sooner than
back up
later.
to it. Because what's the last storyline that went crazy? I mean,
I mean,
the
right now, because the only one I really watch most is like the Amber and Anthony,
mm,
Shayla.
yeah.
So can we dive into that? Like I want to, can we dive into that since we, within that realm, just a little
Yeah,
bit?
I mean,
Yeah.
if that's the ones that interest you,
Yeah. But like, so so which one? And let's get into what interests you the most, because I know you said that's Delicia, Iman, and Shayla. So we could dive into that too.
well, that was the
Uh,
one that was most interesting to me, but as of now, they kind of hit a hiccup because Iman isn't on the skits right now. So
right.
they're trying to pivot is what they're
Yeah, they're
doing right
trying
now.
to do, and
Yeah.
I think it's gonna get to the point where, based on where Iman is with the skits, I think they're going. That's when
Mhm.
Shayla's gonna. I think that everything's hit the fan when it comes to Shayla really getting the karma that she's been, that we've been,
Yeah.
been wanting her to get for all this time.
Right.
So I think it's going to get in. It's going to get into that where she's going to find out about him and the Delicia,
Right.
that sort of thing. Um,
because you're seeing kind of Shayla. I mean, you've always seen like Shayla in this light of like being obsessive.
yes,
Even with Anthony, and with Arby, but with Iman, it's a little bit different. It's like she's even turned it up a little bit more, because they want the effects to be felt that much more once it gets revealed that he's been dealing
right.
with
Because
Alicia.
yeah, because we definitely need the
Yeah,
build up. I think they're trying to get the
yeah.
build up. Yeah, but
So
yeah, I'm sorry.
yeah, so that was, kind of like the skits that I was, really doing most of the reactions to, because I started doing reactions to as many skits as possible. Then I fell back and it's like, all right, I'm
Yeah,
only
because
gonna
it's a
do the
lot.
skits. I'm only
Hmm.
gonna do the reactions to
Hmm.
the skits that, number one, me and the fam enjoy. Number two, that I'm actually interested in right now and that have the best numbers, because people don't really care too much about like the filler skits, and especially when it
Right.
comes to
Yeah.
watching reactions
Joshua
of the
don't.
skiller skits.
Mm.
Yeah, so people will skip over like the filler skits and they'll skip over the filler reactions when it comes to my channel anyway. So, I
Okay.
kind of just regulate it to, man, what am I interested in? Because that is the best entertainment that I can provide, is watching the stuff that I'm actually enjoying watching.
So yeah, so let's get into, because I want to get more into it, because I want to because I know like it's us engaging right now about it. A lot of people
Hmm.
may not know what we talk about, who the heck we talk about, who it is, and what's going on. So I
Yeah.
want to so give me the storyline that you prefer or that interests you the most, so we could give a little bit more backstory, so that way the
Okay.
people could understand what we're talking about. So
Right, right,
so
right.
give us a storyline that that you want to tackle right now. So
So, I mean, again,
just a
I
little
mean,
bit.
if you're not a Country
Yeah.
Wayne skit watcher, I mean, you could pretty much just liken it to like soap operas, and the
Yeah.
majority of the skits are kind of like love triangle based, because
Mhm.
people like the drama.
Yeah, and it's
With the
all
Jackie Todd
all
chocolate.
kind of messy. So which storyline do you want to get into though?
So I would say, I mean, the Iman and
Iman
Shayla
Shela.
and the Alicia
Okay.
love
And
triangle. That's
all
yeah.
right. All right. So let's okay, so let's do this. So like I said, we're gonna try to try to give you some cliff notes of this storyline, because it's a lot, So if you haven't
Mhm.
been a watcher of this system, beginning, or you haven't been watching it for a while, just try to try to read between the lines, people, because we're gonna be here all night, trying to piece it all together. So I'm sure that we're gonna
Thanks
give
a
you
lot.
some cliff notes, and please help me fill in the blanks, because I know I'm gonna miss some things, Jinx. So all right, Iman,
No
Delicia,
chocolate
Shayla.
pie.
So all right.
Hmm.
So we're gonna start off, because it's with the Delisa and Iman came into the picture kind of like through Shayla. So Shayla
Hmm.
was the former best friend of Amber. Amber, who was married to Anthony. Shayla betrayed Amber by sleeping with her husband and becoming
Hmm.
pregnant with his baby.
Right.
Okay, so that's that situation, right? And so
Right.
all this time, all after everything that's been going on, Shayla still believes that she has been how should I say? Shayla believes that she already met her karma through but she hasn't yet, but
Mhm.
because people are still not holding her accountable. There's no accountability. There's
Mhm.
lack of remorse there, because no one is holding her feet to the fire like they should. But for some reason, they are coddling her. She got so many people around her that
Mhm.
are just drinking the Kool-Aid, so to speak. So
They're
yeah,
enablers. Her
they're
mother's an
neighbors. Yes,
enabler. Yeah, her
yeah.
mother. Pretty much everybody around
Yeah,
her, her
yeah,
friends,
exactly. So that's,
even Delisha
even
to a
Delicia,
degree.
exactly,
Yeah,
to a certain degree, and we're gonna get some of that into that. Melanie, I'm originally from New York, but I'm currently in Atlanta now. But
you
I'm
can't hear it.
that's why that's where I'm from. Yeah, yeah. So
Oh, so you're in Atlanta right now.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm in Atlanta right now. And so
You
she,
ain't try to get on the skits.
yeah.
You ain't try to audition. We had
I don't know if they have
is T
opportunity
Dub still in
behind the
here?
scenes. I don't even mind being a PA, I don't mind,
We had some people in the fam that was trying to get on the skits. They was actually talking to somebody too about getting on them.
yeah, okay. So
Hmm.
we gotta get more become more aware. So I'm gotta get updated on that. So yeah, I'm trying to. But yeah, but okay,
Salute.
so going back to this
Mhm.
storyline. So okay, so that's Shayla. And so um Delicia is was Shayla's best friend from junior high school. And so oh, I should play a teacher. Really? Hmm. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Oh
Hmm,
yeah, they got a
okay.
lot of extra. They got like a lot of
Yeah.
yeah extra positions and stuff.
No, I haven't seen them on film. No, I haven't. I haven't come across. Cause I'm a homebody, you guys. I have no life. I don't really be out like that, unless on occasion when I decide to go somewhere, to an event to support someone else. But
Get that
I'm not
15K
really
a month.
out there like there. Yeah, right. I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get there. But thank you. Manifest that, people. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, let's manifest that.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
yeah. Thank you for that. Yeah. So Delisa came in as a best friend from junior high school. And
Hmm.
so yeah, I'm gonna get outside, Jackie. I'm gonna get outside. Um, and so she somehow came to visit with Shayla
Yeah.
to reconnect with her. And so they was reconnected, and come to find out as they were reconnecting, it was revealed that Shayla took her boyfriend back in junior high school. So she
I
sat on
forgot
this
about
for this.
that.
Yeah, Sheila has a pattern of this, where
I
she just
forgot
has
about that.
she befriends these women, and they become such
Mm,
good friends of hers, and then she betrays them.
okay.
So
There you
she's done
go.
this to Delicia, but I mean somehow at some point, obviously Delicia apparently must have forgave her, or maybe not, because I think she's seeking vengeance right now. But
You think that's
so
what this is?
yeah,
Vengeance from junior high.
yes.
Lord have mercy.
So that is that the dynamic. And Delicia ended up staying with Shayla, while she was in Atlanta. And so
Hmm.
they have this, rekindling of their friendship. And then at first Wayne was originally trying to talk to Delicia at one point, and Delicia wasn't interested. And then Iman came into the scene somehow.
Iman Shumpert,
Iman Shumpert,
the NBA player.
who was married to Tiana Taylor, former NBA player.
Yeah, yeah.
So he came into the skits and started talking to Shayla. And so help me out, Jinx. Fill in the blanks for me.
So Iman had took interest in Shayla, and I guess they called themselves double dating at the time. So
Hmm.
Wayne was pursuing Delicia, and Iman had interest in Shayla, which obviously, was an upgrade from her previous situation with her baby's father, Anthony. So she became pretty much obsessed at that point, and she kind of knew it was going to be her fallback plan. So Shayla kind of has went all in, and we're seeing Shayla, even though she's always had obsessive behavior, she's even more. It's even
Crashing out.
more. Yeah, it's even
Yeah.
more aggressive now, right? Because Shayla knows she's already a baby mother,
Hmm.
and her baby's father decided to go back to his wife. So right now we're at this point where Iman is well, he already has expressed interest in Delisha, and they've actually been seeing each other behind Shayla's back. And for whatever reason, they won't tell Shayla.
Don't
They're
tell her.
scared to
Right.
tell her because of the aggressive behavior and of
And
her
mental
obsession.
and mental illness that's been diagnosed. But yeah.
Right, yeah, fatal attraction, Shayla. Right. So instead of, just kind of like either dissolving it or deciding to just completely, out the situation, they're deciding to creep, which kind of like has this buildup of when is Shayla gonna find out, which is similar to how they did with Amber, because it was a long time before Amber found
Yes.
out that Shayla
Mhm.
was sleeping with her husband. So that's pretty much where we're at. But I guess right
Yes.
now they don't know if Iman is going to return to the skits, is what I'm hearing. So
Right. And that's why I'm hoping that all these things are revealed, especially because Iman being the snake that he is, because it's like, when he,
mhm.
because remember, Jinx, when he at first he, was dating Shayla, they was kicking it or whatever, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden he has this thing for Delicia, and it's like, and now he was willing to sacrifice his relationship with Shayla to be with Delicia. So what happens when? And
Mhm.
I'm wondering, like at that time when that happened, I'm like, what happens when the next person come along? You know, and I'm like, because he's juggling three women now, because now this other person came into the frame as well. Was it what's her name? Brina? it was a white, I think a Caucasian girl.
No, that's Mike. You think about Mike, ain't you?
No, not Lisa. I'm not talking about Darren's wife. I'm talking about it was
Oh,
another. It was somebody else that and because she was saying like she didn't want to hear more about Shayla and Delicia because I think he was telling her about Shayla and Delicia. Maybe you gotta
oh.
go back a couple of skits
I'm
because there's another person.
probably because
Yeah, it was someone else.
look,
Yeah,
I make no qualms about it. I be missing skits. A big part of my channel too is just the family filling me in on stuff that I missed because
right. But it wasn't Lauren. It's not Lauren.
that's just our dynamic at this point, right? Like I see as many skits as I
But it was
can.
I think it was Brina.
And
But he, but also, but remember, he decided to circle back to Shayla because she's like, oh well, Shayla didn't, she didn't really deserve for me to, break up with her the way that I did and did this, and so they went on this trip, and he and Shayla slept together on the same trip under the same roof as where Delicia was, and so it was that whole thing. It's so much. It's like a pretzel here, it's like a pretzel type of storyline. And so and then it came to a point where Iman was so smitten with Delicia to where he wanted to try to break up with Shayla again, and Shayla wasn't having it. So she tried to hold him hostage. I mean, she left the baby in the house to chase him out to chase him to his vehicle and not want him to go anywhere.
right,
And so
right.
it was like that's where the obsessive thing comes in at, you know, and then she's even admitted that she was willing to sacrifice her life for
Yeah,
this
she
man.
did.
And
So
that
that
goes to show you that there is something mental there. And that's, and I'm not I'm not a therapist. I'm not, licensed in any way, but there is something mental there.
Well, they want to up the stakes, right?
Yeah, no, but
Of
no,
the
it's something,
fallout.
no, it's some serious
They want to up the stakes of the fallout.
yeah.
That's what this is about, right? So
Mhm.
that's why you're seeing this drastic behavior happen because you want the fallout to be just as bad
You want
as
to
the
hit,
pain that she's
yes,
caused. So it's gonna
it's
hit harder
hit hard.
the
It's going to
more
hit
that we
hard
see
as it
the more
should.
that we see, how um involved or how much stock that she's putting in this relationship that
Yes, I mean,
isn't even a real
so
relationship
much.
at the
It's
end of the
not.
day. So yeah.
In her mind, it is because Amon is not even standing 10 toes down in his position on this. I don't understand that. And he's like made it clear that he's not that into her, but it's just like,
Yeah.
what is he doing? Like, why is he handling it this way? Like, why is he moving this way? It's just
Because he
I just don't
can.
understand it. Yeah, 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 yeah.
That's all that is. I
Yeah.
mean,
So it's just it
because
doesn't
he
just
can.
make any sense to me. And
Yeah.
just knowing how committed that she is. And I'm just trying to figure out, Iman, he's such a good man. He's just, he knows how to, uplift me. He's making me a better woman. He's just a good man.
Mm.
He's such a great man. And I'm like, why? What is it about him? Like, what has he done so significant? Like,
The
other than
money.
he got you into other than the money and maybe possibly
Well,
the vitamin D,
there's no other
other
than.
than. And
There's
I'm
no
wondering,
other
like, maybe got her into smoking, the ganja. I mean,
than. I don't got nothing to do with it.
introducing that type of life. Other than that, I'm like, okay, but she is so. I mean, she is.
The one thing about Shayla's character that I do like and appreciate is the consistency, right? I don't really like the inconsistency in some of the other
It's all over
characters.
the place.
Well,
It's all over the place. Yeah.
like Amber, I don't really like the inconsistency in Amber's character.
Yes.
Shayla's character is fairly consistent. You've pretty much seen her do the same thing with three men,
Yeah.
right?
That's true.
She finds, a situation, what I'm saying, where she can get provision and that she can, find some level of comfort and she'll stay in that
Right.
situation
Right.
even though she doesn't necessarily want to be in it. And I think right now, what you're seeing now is Shayla, who has had a drastic change in her life with having a child. Now, her ability to obtain provision and to be provided for from a man is the stakes are even higher because it's not just her anymore. It's a child in the mix. So you're not only just seeing her obsession with Iman, you're seeing her obsession with potentially the last suitable man that could be the provider for her and now her son, right?
Yeah, right.
So that's why, it's very interesting the route that they're taking her, but it's consistent. You know what I'm saying? Her character is evolving, but it's consistent. Amber's character has been very
It's
inconsistent.
regressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so real quickly, for those of you interested in binge watching and interested in Country Wayne skits, I just put the link in the chat for the Country Wayne channel, the YouTube channel. And if you want to get more into what we're talking about, this is the channel, the link to the channel. I don't know if RNY is still in the building, but for those of you interested in watching the Country Wayne skits, and you want to binge watch, get some popcorn, you may need a couple of days to, you have to be in it, back and forth. You need a couple of days or a couple of weeks to really catch up, because there's a lot, there's a lot going on.
Man,
And
listen,
these
Country
skits
Wayne.
like this is like for the past few years. Like these skits has been, we've been having
You drop
skits for
20
the last
skits a
few
day.
years.
You better off just
Yes.
picking up and then
It's
just
just picking up, yeah.
look.
But that's the channel right there of the Country Wayne skits, and then you have people like Hijinks that were able to fill you in on his reviews as well as other content.
Yeah, come to my channel,
Like,
right? Come to my channel, because not only are you not gonna be bogged down by 1,000 Country Wayne skits that you missed in the past week, the fam will fill you in the chat. Whatever questions you have, they will fill you in. They'll bring you up to speed. So shout out to the Big Facts family.
Oh yes, definitely. All right, but going back to Amber, I'm very disappointed in Amber's character, because she seemed like she was doing well at some point. And oh yeah, thank you for the sub, RNY. You just got a new sub. Shout out to RNY.
Yeah,
thank you.
let me give it up for my dude.
Yeah,
there you go, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a sister.
Oh, I'm sorry, sister. Come on in, sister.
Yes.
Sister.
Yeah, but you're gonna really RNY. You're gonna really, like, once you get into the sketch, you're gonna be hooked. You're gonna be screaming at the screen. You're gonna want to punch somebody through the through the screen. I'm telling you, there are certain characters that you are just going to despise, even though they are just playing a role. But that doesn't matter, because we still don't like them anyway. So just be prepared. Be prepared, for that reaction. Believe me, once you start, you're gonna get hooked. And you're gonna be people gonna be wondering where you been? Haven't seen you in a while. That's watch. Don't believe me, just watch. All right. Yes. All right. So yeah. So you wanted to you have more to say about the storyline, Hijinks?
I mean, right now, there's not.
Yeah. Because I think we caught up, right? We kind of caught up. We kind of as far as the storyline, what we talked about. We kind of caught up right now. We kind of like
yeah,
we're up to speed right now. We got them up to speed, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So I just want to kind of give the people an idea of what your content is based on, and some of the storylines that you can look forward to. So please make sure you support Hijinks as well as all the other content creators on this Country Wayne universe. You might see me as one of the Ernestine's teachers in the school. You never know. I might
why not?
I might play one of the teachers. You never know. But